Hi, I have been strolling or browsing through other video channels, and what disturbs me is that I see a number of people. What I saw really was women, black women mainly, who have a lot more viewers than I get. And I watch them not from a standpoint of criticism, but to really see what is it that I could learn for myself. And what I saw was women acting as prophets. I'm going to try to look in this camera, but it's hard because I can't see it with this iPad. But anyway, I saw women, doing the church emotional thing, wailing and praying real hard and begging people to come to the Lord. And I saw some of them. I saw some of that. But the thing that disturbed me the most is that they would have a dream tonight and be out here in the morning saying, "Now thus saith the Lord, I'm warning you. God has said this." Well, I'm not trying to criticize them because I used to be like them and even worse. I would get down in the church, in the street, anywhere, and wail and weep and speak in tongues and moan and groan, and everybody would be affected. And people would run up to me and put money in my hands because that's the kind of religious thing folk are looking for. And the devil knows it. And the devil knows how to do it. And I'm not saying that some of these folk on YouTube are not sincere. I believe that most of them are sincere. But in some instances, they are sincerely wrong. Because the Bible does say, regardless of whether you're a prophet or not, if you get something supernatural from the realm of the spirit, you have to test it. You have to try it to see if it be of God. I know about this. I wrote a book. I won't even tell you the title of it because it's still out there. It was my second book. And I think I've written 9 books. It was my second book. And I was writing about all the things that had happened to me in the church. And I had it written. It was published. It was on the market. When the Lord revealed to me that I had said, the Lord said this, and the Lord said that, and the Lord said this, and the other. And turns out, it wasn't the Lord. It was the devil. And time, if you just have patience and you wait, time will reveal the truth. There are some dreams and revelations that I received that I haven't told anybody, and I received them decades ago. I'm still waiting. I took that book, and once you get a book out on the market, it's hard to get it off. So I just pretend like it's out there. I didn't write it, and I don't let people know where it is. I don't market it because I'm not going to be caught out there saying God said this and God said that, and it wasn't God at all. I know it wasn't me, but it was the devil. And I happened to be cleaning out. You ever been in a position where you start cleaning out stuff and you find things and you go, all right. Well, that's what happened to me today. I went, I'm going back to the time when I was in the institutional church, and I was very supernatural. I mean, I had dreams, several a day, and I wrote them down in notebooks and things. And there were people that I was communicating with in prison, and I keep a copy of everything I write. Every email I send or I receive, I keep that. So I'm looking through a drawer, and I am coming up with things that I wrote, copies of letters that I wrote about specific spiritual things. Let me get those pieces. All right. I found them. Here they go. One is bright green. And as you can look on here, I don't know if you can see it, but it says November 30th, 1995. And then here's another one. April 17, 1995. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll show it to you. April 17, 1995. 1995 was the year of the devil with me. Yes, it was. The year of supernatural stuff. The devil. But it looks so good and so right. Back then, in 1995, in those years around that year, I had a longing in my heart to pastor the first church that I had joined. I never joined another church. I pastored my own churches, but I always had my home church. And I always wanted to pastor that church. And the devil knew it. Now, he either put that desire my way or I picked up on that desire myself. But I really believed that this was God's plan for me. And here in 1995, I'm not going to read you these dreams. I'm just going to tell you what these dreams are telling me. They are telling me in a supernatural way that I was going to pastor that church. Now, I was not looking for the pastor of that church to die. I hoped he retired. He was getting up there. And he wasn't doing a good job in the pulpit. I just say that. The people were falling asleep, including myself, trying to stay awake to listen to whatever it was he was bringing. And so, you know, everybody loved and respected him, but quite a few of us wanted him to Sit down. So, I dream all about this. I dream about key people in the church that wanted me to be their pastor. I dream about how this pastor gets sick and dies. And I dream about it before it happened. I'd have to find out when it did happen. But I dreamt about it before it did. And I dreamt exactly what would happen to him at the end. All right? I'm looking here, and I see I'm living upstairs over the Reverend. I look off the balcony and I see the Reverend run out into the courtyard. He grovels on the ground like a mad dog. He reminds me of the werewolf metamorphosis. I scream to my daughter from the terrace as I watch what's going on. Bring me the phone. I try to call the hospital, 911, to no avail. All right? Then I see two policemen tackle the Reverend, and another wild man joins the tussle. I say, well, the cops are in control now. They get the Reverend to the right hospital for care, and I head to the church to teach Sunday school. The whole church is present, okay? And I go through the lesson that I teach, so forth and so on. One of the new members of the church runs in screaming the news about what just happened to the Reverend. And I say, where did they take him? And they say, Dannemora. I am in shock. For see, in reality, Dannemora is a prison that specializes in the criminally insane. Now, something happened to the Reverend in reality that probably had something to do with chemical imbalance, that in the last week of his illness, as he was dying, he went crazy. And I saw that before it happened. So I assumed that everything I was seeing with this on this green paper, that everything I was seeing this was from the Lord, and that I was going to pastor that church. I even saw who was going to be appointed in the interim between the time that the bishop would be in the area and make the official appointment. I saw who was going to be appointed temporarily on this paper. All right? And that brother actually was appointed. So I just knew one thing after another, after another, after another. Okay? And then the official day comes, and I am not chosen. I am not chosen. And I am devastated. Am I angry with God? No. But I'm a bit disappointed. I'm like, well, why did you tell me all this? And then let the bishop appoint somebody else. And ultimately, the more truth that I received, I realized that it was a supernatural setup. That's what it was. A supernatural setup. Because I'm not a person. I believe this was the only time in my life that I became depressed and crying all the time. Couldn't eat. Went on for about a month. Didn't want to get up out the bed. I was deeply depressed. And every time I thought about how I was not appointed, I start to cry. Well, as years have gone by, as you know, 1995, that was how many years ago now? More than 20 years ago. So, I have learned to try the spirits, to avoid a supernatural setup. I have learned that even if every single thing you saw happens, doesn't mean that it came from God. Okay? Doesn't. We are to walk by faith. And as I learn how to walk by faith, I don't look for supernatural signs. If God gives me one, fine. But before I say God gave it, I'm going to wait. I'm going to have the patience and the wisdom to wait and not come out here and tell all y'all, God said, okay? I'm not going to do that. And this is a lesson that I learned from hard knocks. And I'm not going to do things the religious way. I'm going to do them God's way. And there are going to be a whole lot of supernatural setups in these times. So before you come out, you have a dream. Sit with that dream for a minute. God is not going to push you. If you feel pushed, oh, God is pushing me to speak on this. God don't operate like that. He ain't going to push you to reveal anything. All right? So, watch out for the supernatural setups. And you know what to do. Give me a call. You know, sometimes I have to close down my comment section of these videos because I do have a troll, an internet troll, who all he knows how to do is talk about how ugly and whatnot that I am. And it makes me want to just speak, and you guys not look at my flesh at all. Because see, this flesh that you're looking at right here, in a hot minute, it's going to be 74 years old. And I'm very happy for the condition that it is in, you know, in these days. So, you might not be able to get through to me by a comment, but you can call. Because he blocked. 888-818-1117. Or send me an email to getreadyforthelord@gmail.com. Visit getreadyforthelord.com. And I never said this in that, I don't know, probably close to 300 videos now. I never said, subscribe to me. All right, y'all find that button because I don't know where it is. Y'all find that button. Y'all subscribe to me. You hear? All right. You have a good day. It's nighttime. You can see it's dark. All right. I waited for the dark. I was hoping I could see the camera in the dark, but I can't. So if I'm not, I can look you directly in the face. I got no problems with that. So, all right. Y'all be good here.